Started. There we go. Hey, good morning, Joe. How you doing? Looks like we have better days today, don't we, Joe? Man, it was icy yesterday. Well, good morning, everybody. Rick here, Hit and Run Candlesticks, if you don't know. Today's date is Tuesday, January 23rd, 2024. I do want to remind everybody that we have public e-learning tonight. 8 p.m. Eastern, I will be hosting. I also want to remind everybody that I think there's still a few spots left for the the 3-8 trap class coming up at the end of the month, taught by Doug Campbell, Right Way Options. There is still, like I say, a few spots left for that. Okay, let's take a look at the market here. And let's start out with the swing trade outlook remains bullish to me, and here's why. Our momentum trend is still moving up in the market. I'm using the SPY as my market. And what I'm using is this right here. You've got price, you've got the 3 EMA, you've got the T line, and you've got the trend indicator. This is the road to wealth trend that I trade with right here. So this is kind of, this is pretty important to me. I want to see this set up in the charts when I'm trading long, and then I want to see this set up just the opposite when we're trading short. So you can see why the swing trade outlook remains bullish. Price is above the 3, 3's above the 8, 8's above the trend indicator's green. Nothing bearish right in here. So, like I say, we remain bullish. Also, I want to check T2123. I realize not everybody has T2123. It's a momentum indicator. You know, honestly, I've kind of fooled around with MACD a little bit, and it kind of does the same thing. So, you know, I wouldn't get oh my gosh, I have to have T2123. You don't. I use it because I have it. So, you know, what you want is something to show that you've got momentum working in your favor, whether you're looking at long or short. So when the 60-minute chart is looking like this is price over the trend indicator. Trend indicator's green here. We are looking good. To me, that is very bullish. You've got the 15-minute chart over here. This kind of helps with choppiness, maybe early turns, whatnot, but it's remaining to the bullish side too. So this is where, again, something that puts me into remain bullish for any swing trading. All right, let's come back over here. We'll look at a few other things. Take the Qs, for instance. The Qs look pretty much like the SPY, or maybe the SPY looks pretty much like the Qs. Doesn't matter. Price is still moving up. Price still looks bullish here. If we take a look at IWM is getting there. Maybe a better way to view that would be right here. See how price has gone from the red dots to the green dots? See how the yellow has crossed up over the white? So the 3 is crossed up over the T line. What we don't have yet is the 3 and the T line above the trend indicator yet. So we don't have that yet. But right now, what would make us think that's not going to happen? Everything looks bullish at this point. What else do we have? Let's take a look at IYT, the transports. You can see that the transports are bullish right here. We've moved up pretty good for the last 3 or 4 days, and it looks like this morning we're simply putting in an inside day above the T line. SMH remains bullish. To me, there is just no reason to be fighting the short side of anything. Like I say, the swing trade outlook still remains bullish. Let's look at some charts. Let's start with Google. Google here might be ready to break out and head to some new highs. Here's the weekly chart, and let's put a line up here, right there. You can see that we're getting awfully close to these highs back here, 2021, I guess. maybe a little in 2022. Let's go back to that daily chart. So what I'm watching for is that breakout, and it's definitely buyable in here. If you follow a 3/8 trap or just what we call a PBO, pullback opportunity, you can see we're right smack dab in a buy zone right in here. Let's put this right here. There you go. We're right in a buy zone right now. So Google's still looking good. It does have earnings coming up, so keep an eye on that. Once we break out, and I'm being very positive about this, once we break out, then I think we've got some bigger numbers to lead to here. Something else I'm watching too is, I don't know if anyone has ever noticed, looking at charts, when you get major moving average crossovers, it certainly doesn't happen 100% of the time. That is for sure. But one of the characteristics of a chart that has a major moving average crossover is they can lead to some pretty bigger numbers. So what I'm talking about is here we've crossed over the 50-period moving average. Now, by my account, we crossed over here and failed. We actually crossed again and failed. Here, we crossed and actually put in low, high, higher, low, higher, high. So now what I'm watching for, and I've got a scan set up looking for these crossovers and then setups on, for the entry. So I'm going to keep my eyes on Google because I see the potential of Google maybe going to $200. This might be a little longer hold for some folks. Definitely a good trading tool. VZ reported today. That thing is just rocking here, so we might want to keep an eye on that. I don't know if today is going to be the buy, just because I'm not into buying gaps myself. I would rather it settle down a little bit and the chart pattern set up. One of the things that I want to see when I'm trading is I want to be able to name that entry, name that chart pattern. I don't want to, sometimes, well, not sometimes, we all get caught up in fear of missing out. And what happens sometimes is maybe traders, they start buying VZ, and we're just sitting back doing nothing because we know we shouldn't. It doesn't meet our rules. But then all of a sudden, we just can't stand it anymore. Everybody's buying it and making money. So we jump in. So a little challenge would be name that entry. Name that chart pattern. If you can't name the entry, then it's not for you. I think every trader should have a couple of entries that's yours. And for instance, the 3/8 trap, okay? If you are predominantly a 3/8 trap trader and you have gone to the classes, you've learned about the 3/8 trap, you've learned what a trend is, you've learned what support is. So you can call it a 3/8 trap. You can make it your own personal private name if you want. But if it's not a 3/8 trap, then you can't name it. If you can't name it, then it's not a trade. Chart patterns, candlestick signals, the same way. If you can't name it, then it's not a trade. It's not set up for you. Anyway, that might be a way to help you stay in your lane, is to be able to name it. And anyway, so Verizon here's looking pretty good. I like what it's doing. If you're in it, 2 thumbs up. Personally, I'm going to wait for a rest, a pullback, a setup. I like the 3/8 trap, and I like what I call a PBO, just simply a pullback opportunity. So I'll wait for that. Here's one, ARDX. This might be a good stock trade right here. And it's a biotech. I know some people don't like biotech, but if it's okay with you, then this chart may be setting up very nice. So, I see a 3/8 trap in here. I see a a PBO that is actually crossed up. I see a breakout of the 3 EMA. I see a lot of good things in this chart. I'm going to move that out of the way. I see a lot of good things in this chart, and we have a nice trend to the upside. Probably the best thing right now is earnings not till March, so we're out of the earnings picture. Snow is another one. Snow is looking like it might start to break out here. So what does this mean here? For me, it means this is the entry area that I'm going to look at. And I'm looking at that whole area right in here. I'm not trying to be, I don't care whether I pay less for it. I don't care whether I pay more for it. What is more important is the setup is showing that buyers are buying it. Okay. So also, when we see a breakout, what that is signaling is there's upside potential. That's what that's signaling up here. So what we're going to look for is something like this right here. Once we break out, we'll look for that next leg. And, I want to show you, I'm not making this up. Everything we do is based on what the chart has done in the past, what we've learned from past experiences. So see how we take a trend here? We start breaking out of that trend. See that leg right in here? See how we see how we popped up, we consolidated, and we broke out. See that leg in there? That's what breakouts do. We can come over here, use this high. There's no difference in this high and this high over here other than this one's higher. We break out, and then you get that next leg. Okay? So we break out. What we're looking for, this is where we make our money. You don't make any money in here. This is entry. This is entry stuff, and or right about the breakout. That's entry stuff. Now I know a lot of people trade in here, make money in here, but you don't make the big money in here. Like Disney, we're rocking on Disney because that is starting to break out and has potential to the upside. So it's not this area. This is the entry. This is not the money-making area. Anyway, let's see here. MSOS, I think, may be setting up as well. See, here's one of these where we've got that major moving average crossover. And what I'm looking at is the trend indicator crossing over the 50-period moving average in this case. So here we've got that major moving average crossover. We can look at this and you can see it trending up. You see the higher highs and the higher lows. That's just a chart that's working. So our job is to find a chart that's working and then park ourselves in it at the right time. And the right time, I'm going to use Richter there. The right time for Richter might be different than my right time. So it's all about our trading. So MSOS is one of those setting up. I've got time for one more. Let's put J&J up there. J&J reported, and J&J has potential. If you take a look at the chart pattern here, we've got a nice rounded chart pattern. The trend is moving up. We do have the 500 period moving average right there. So if that troubles you, just wait till it moves higher or take it off the chart. You won't see it. Follow price, follow the trend. That's something I want to leave with here this morning. Okay, let's go back to the SPY. I think we've gotten, personally, okay, I think I've gotten carried away about being overly bullish. Now, I remain bullish, and I am still bullish, and I think we go higher. That doesn't mean the trend can't change on Wednesday. It doesn't mean it can't change today. So it's important we focus on following the trend. The trend that I'm going to use is this right here. And you see where you've got yellow, white. Forget price. Here, let's eliminate price. I'm running over time now. I'm getting in trouble. Yellow is over the white. White is over the green. That's bullish. That's trend. See where yellow is below the white. White is below the red. That's trend. So let's not lose sight of that, okay? It could change at any time. One of the keys, I think, to successful trading and keeping your money is being able to change when the market changes. A lot of times, this will turn red, bearish, but there's traders out there still trying to trade bullish and vice versa. So keep an eye on that. All right. Hey, thanks, everybody. Sorry, I ran over time here. We'll see everybody at the bottom of the hour, and let's have some fun today, okay? Thank you.